Yes, this is the long-awaited video, how to migrate to Australia without a job offer. This is a permanent resident pathway, guys. This is a family-sponsored visa. Are you excited like me? Come with me, guys. Woo! Yes, this is the long-awaited video, how to migrate to Australia without a job offer. This is a permanent resident pathway, guys. This is a family-sponsored visa. Are you excited like me? Come with me, guys. Woo! Now, before we start, I will want to state that I am not a migration agent. Please kindly use all the information and advice in this video as an advice generally. So I get all your emails, I get all your comments asking me to teach you how to migrate to Australia. So in this video, I will be doing the needful. Migrating to Australia can be a little bit complicated, but the easiest and the fastest route to travel to Australia is the skilled migrant pathway. Coming to Australia as a skilled migrant is something very easy. It's just a process that requires time, patience, and a lot of reading. Yes, when I say a lot of reading, like you need to have a basic understanding of what you're going into. So you should read as much as possible, do some research as much as you can before starting this migration journey. So I know most of you are looking for an employer to sponsor you to come to Australia. Trust me, that route is highly competitive. Like coming to Australia as a skilled migrant is more like you won a jackpot. It's more like winning a jackpot. It's very easy, doable, and a straightforward pathway. So if you have a 4 years or a 5 years degree and you're below the age of 45 years, when I mean 45 years, like you're below 40, 41, thereabout, because the whole process requires time. So it's not like you're 44 years and because it's below 45 years you're starting the application. No, at least from 40, give it some time. Then the best option for you is to come to Australia as a skilled migrant. So the skilled migration program is a point-tested system. When I say point-tested system, I will go into details shortly and I will navigate you on how to apply for this migration pathway. I will just go to Google, as you can see, and type skill occupation list. When I type skill occupation list, I will usually click on the first one. And I will scroll through all the way, guys. You need to read and have a better understanding. I will scroll all the way until I get to skilled occupation list, and I will click on search, and I will search medical laboratory. medical laboratory technician, and I will search. Yeah, you need to make sure your spellings are correct. If not, it's not gonna come up. So medical laboratory technician, and I will search. Okay, this is occupation, medical laboratory technician. This is the category that matters to us. If you're coming to Australia as a skilled migrant and you're below the age of 45 and you're a medical laboratory scientist, you can do your assessment and come here as a skilled migrant. So the answer code here is 311213, which is applicable to us, and the visa subclass is 190 skilled visa, subclass 190, 407, which is a training visa subclass, 489 skilled regional provisional visa, 494, which is a skilled employer sponsored regional visa, and 491 skilled work visa, which is applicable to us, and this is the visa I arrived Australia with. So, and the assessing authority is AIMS, which is Australian Institute of Medical Sciences. So I'm going to right click on this and open it on a new site. I don't know why it's saying the site is blocked, so I might as well open it on a new tab and type skill assessments, and I will search. So this is the Australian Institute of Medical and Clinical Sciences. Usually I will click on the first one, and this is it, Australian Institute of Medical and Clinical Scientists, which is what we are looking for, and it has the membership, frequently asked questions, what is the benefit of being a member of AIMS, is my AIMS membership tax deductible, skills and qualification assessment, frequently asked questions. You read through, guys. The importance of reading cannot be overemphasized, but we are looking for something. AIMS skill assessment, and that appears to be missing here. We're looking for AIMS skill assessment, so I would go to this search, keyword search, and click on AIMS skill assessment and search AIMS skill assessment and enter. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm looking for, qualification and skills assessment, and it says AIMS has been specified in accordance with the Migration Regulations 1994 as the assessing authority for people seeking to migrate to Australia. So this is what we are looking for. I'm going to double click on this document because it's what we are looking for. So this is medical laboratory scientist, answer code 234611, and this is the medical laboratory specialist, answer code 234611, and this is the medical laboratory technician, answer code 311213, and this is the pathology collector or the phlebotomist pathway, answer code 311216. But guys, what we are looking for today is the medical laboratory technician pathway, which is the answer code 311213. So I'm going to double click on this for us to have a better understanding, and it says the AIMS assessment process for medical laboratory technician, answer code 311213, is as follows. Step 1, guidelines for assessment. Medical laboratory scientist is here for you, and medical laboratory technician guidelines are equally here. So application for assessment, medical laboratory scientist or that of medical laboratory technician is still here. Step 3, you complete the application form in full. If the section on the form is not applicable to you, you may leave it blank or add NA, which is not applicable. Now, the next step, step 4, is to email your completed application form and scans of the required document as explained in the guidelines to application@aims.org.au. Step 5 is AIMS will automatically send you a confirmation email when your application form and supporting documents emails arrive at the AIMS office. So step 6, payment must be made to progress your application. Step 7, once payment has been received, AIMS will verify your credentials. Step 8, once your application has been processed, you will receive an email containing your AIMS skill assessment ID. Step 9, after the AIMS skill assessment committee completes the assessment, your assessment results are sent to the AIMS ratification committee. This committee is comprised of senior AIMS representatives. Step 10, note, AIMS does not run a professional examination for the medical laboratory technician answer code 311213 occupation. Click the below link below for more information about the professional examination in stage 2. Professional examination for migration. The AIMS National Office will email you your stage 1 skill assessment result letter to the email address you provided on your application form. If you have an agent or representative, they will be copied into the email. Guys, can you see how straightforward this application is? So what is here that we cannot tackle? It's a whole straightforward process as long as you just follow the prompt, you know. So if you guys want, I can click on the application for assessment. I will click on this one. So this is what the application form looks like. Just follow the prompt, keep going. This is the session 2. Keep going. This is the session 3. English requirements. Now, if you're doing the English requirements, it's either you're doing the International English Language Testing System, IELTS, or you're doing the Pearson Test of English, which is PTE. Any one you want to do, just read through to have better understanding. This is your tertiary education qualification. You need to attach all these documents. You need to read and have better understanding of the whole process. This is it, guys. I will go all the way down. I will scroll down for better understanding of the whole processes, you know. This is it. This is the form. This is the form. This is the form. This is it, guys. Just read and have better understanding of what is involved in this process. It's always better to have someone that has gone through this process to hold your hands in this whole process. But in case you don't have someone to hold your hand on this, you can use a migration agent. There is no harm and trial, you know. So this is the checklist, you know. So you need the identity documents. These are the documents you will need now for your assessment. I was trying to find it. This is the identity documents. You need a color scan of your biodata page of a valid passport. You need a color scan of birth certificate, a color scan of at least one or more of secondary documents, national ID, driver's license, marriage certificate, English proficiency, guys, a copy of your English proficiency test report dated with the last 3 years. AIMS accepts IELTS, academic or general, TOEFL, PTE, or any of those. Just read through to have better understanding. Okay, a proof of completion of your tertiary education, a color scan of your certificates, your academic transcripts, guys, needs to be emailed to AIMS. Just read through to have better understanding and drop all your messages in the comment section. I will be happy to answer as much questions as I can. So now, after submitting your documents for the skills assessment, and the Australian Institute of Medical Scientists will assess your documents. They will check your documents to see if it is of the same standard with the Australian standard, if it means the same requirements to be a medical laboratory scientist or a medical laboratory technician here in Australia. Now, if your documents meet these requirements, you will get a positive assessment, right? If your documents does not meet these requirements, you will get a negative assessment. However, if you have a negative assessment, you might need to contact the Australian Institute of Medical Scientists to find out what really happened and why your application came out with a negative response. All right, now, so after submitting your documents for the assessment, trust me, you have done the major parts of this whole migration process. You have done the major part of this migration process after submitting your documents for assessment. So if you get a positive assessment, depending on the visa subclass you're targeting, be it a 189, be it a 190 visa, be it a 491 visa, you need to create what is called an EOI. An EOI is what we call an expression of interest. So I'm going to quickly run us through that. I will open another tab here and I will type SkillSelect. Okay, so when I type SkillSelect, I will click on the first one. Now it says SkillSelect Overview, expression of interest, why choosing Australia, invitation rounds and previous rounds. Now so read as much as possible. I will click on expression of interest to have better understanding. So this scroll through, it will bring you to this place that says creating and submitting your EOI, which is your expression of interest. Now this this first point here is how to start your EOI. This is how to add your required information. The third step here is to submit your EOI. The fourth step here is to receive your visa invitation, and the final step is to complete your visa application, and of course the sixth step is to travel with your family to Australia. So this is a pretty straightforward system. I will go through this over and over again. The importance of reading this to have better understanding cannot be overemphasized, and I will emphasize this over and over again. Read to have a better understanding, guys. So before you begin, it says check your occupation is on a skilled occupation list. The skilled occupation lists are here, are the list of occupations that are high demand in Australia. Different skills lists apply to different visas. So let's click here and see what is happening here. So these are all the skilled occupation lists: the employer nomination scheme, regional sponsor, skilled independent. Like read and read and read and read and read. So these are all the occupations here. Just go through and see if your occupation is listed under here. So remember, this whole process is a point-based calculation system, and the higher the points, the easier it is for you to get nominated. You need at least 65 points to be able to express your interest and create an EOI. But to get nominated or for you to get an invitation to apply, you will need a higher point. So I would go back to Google and show us what I mean by a point calculation system. I will click here and search SkillSelect calculator. I have searched this before now, and I will click on the first one usually, and it says the point calculator, select visa subclass. So if you're going for a subclass 188, click on it and find out the points needed. Subclass 189, click on it and find out the points needed. Subclass 190, click on it and find out the points needed. Subclass 489, click on it and find out the points needed, guys. Then for 491, which is my visa subclass, I would click on it and find out the points needed. So that's that, and I will still go back again and show us something again. I will click here, SkillSelect visa points test calculator for 2026. So this is the updated version of the SkillSelect visa points calculator 2026. My network is so slow, guys. So let's see what is happening here. So slow. Yeah, it's taking a while, guys. We need to just be a little bit patient. Why is it taking a whole lot of time? Okay, let me open another window and see what is happening there. Click on the second one and see. So, okay, SkillSelect visa points test calculator 2025 to 2026. So this is it, guys. Just read. to have a better understanding, there's a particular one I'm looking for. Let me see. There's a particular one I'm looking for. Everything is slow. I don't want this video to be so long. I'm sorry guys, my network, I don't know why everything is just so slow. Can't say what is happening. There's this particular one I'm looking for. Okay, so let's look at this one. I couldn't find the exact one I'm looking for. Maybe this one. Maybe this. Cancel. It took me elsewhere. Okay, this one. Why is it opening? Okay, maybe we'll use this one. Okay, so let's use this one. Let's use this one for better understanding. So like I said earlier on, the Australian skilled migration pathway is a point tested stream, is a point tested pathway in which some calculations are being made over your age, English, qualification, and stuffs like that. So if you're within the age of 18 to 24 years, you will get 24 points. If you're within the age of 25 to 32 years, you will get 30 points. If you're within the age of 33 to 39 years, you will get 25 points. If you're within the age of 40 and 44 years, you will get just 15 points. So you see the importance of age in this whole migration journey cannot be overemphasized. Now, under English, if you have a competent English, that's 0 points. Yeah, if you have a proficient English, that is 10 points. If you have a superior, that is a 20 points. Yeah, proficient, that means you have 65 in speaking, 65 in listening, 65 in reading, 65 in writing. At least you have 10 points. Superior means you have up to 79 plus and 80 plus across speaking, reading, listening, and writing. If that makes sense, right? Good. So the next point here is skilled employment last 10 years outside Australia. If you have 0 to 1 year's experience, you have 0 points. If you have 1 to 3 years experience, you have 5 points. If you have 3 to 5 years experience, you have 10 points. If you have 5 to 8 years experience, you have 15 points. If you have 8 to 10 years experience outside Australia, you will have 20 points. Guys, isn't this amazing? So inside Australia in the last 10 years, this category applies to you. Then your qualifications, yes. If you have a doctorate degree, this is 20 points for you already. If you have a bachelor or a master's degree, this is a 15 points for you. If you have a diploma, that's 10 points. Yes, for those that did associate in medical laboratory science, they classify us under diploma. sadly. Yes, so for any recognized university, you have 10 points for your qualifications, you know. So this will go on and on and on. For your state nomination, under 190, you have 5 points, and for 491 subclass, you have 15 points. There is something missing here. For a single applicant, you have 10 points as well. So you can read all these and have better understanding. Now, if we are to navigate further into the invitation rounds for better understanding, my network, I can't really say what is happening. My network is just all over the place. Okay, so if we're to, okay, maybe I will just go back to my SkillSelect again, click on the first one. So where we have the expression of interest, we've talked about the points calculation and everything. So for us to have a better understanding, if you're below the age of 45 and you have a good point, and it's best for you to check the previous rounds and invitation rounds to have a better understanding of the whole migration pathway, right? So I'll click on the previous invitation rounds, and here we can see that the last round happened by the 21st of August 2025. I'm sure this would have been updated by now. So I will go through all the occupation that happened, then I will keep scrolling down, bearing in mind we are looking for medical laboratory technician or medical laboratory scientist. So here we are, voila, medical laboratory scientist, and this happened with a point of 90 under a 189 visa, which is a permanent residency. So at least you will know that if you have this point, a so point, I'm luckily to be nominated, I'm luckily to get an invitation, like basically preparing your mind, you know. Yeah. So that will be it for now. Feel free to drop all your questions, all your comments in the comment section. I will try as much as possible to respond to those I can. So the importance of taking your migration journey seriously cannot be overemphasized. If it requires you to run, keep running till you get there. If it requires you to jump, keep jumping till you get there. By all means, keep moving till you get there, because life is always greener on the other side. My name is Wendy. I will see you in my next one. Bye.